All right, guys, good morning. I hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. To me, this week has gone super fast. And as you can see in the title, today we are talking about 7 steps to attraction marketing or to attract customers to you, which is super important. And this is something that I've been super focused on learning, and I've been focused on sharing it with you guys as well. Um, and a lot of times, a lot of these companies that we possibly work for, they're possibly teaching us a different strategy. But to me, like actually learning how to attract customers to me online. Yesterday, I heard a quote, we need to be focused on where our customers are at. So if our customers are on social media, that should be part of our marketing strategy, which is super important. So most of the time, the biggest problem people are starting out in business is leads and money. So truly learning how to market yourself online could possibly it will help you without having to pay for any type of ads, which is amazing. So everything that I'm currently teaching everyone is organic. If it comes to your actual, and also I'm teaching people on how to actually use their personal page. And a lot of times people may be against this, but actually building a personal brand, we're not really truly, like selling a product because of course we're selling a product, but it just provides us the opportunity where we can use our personal page and not having to actually use our business profile. Because a lot of times when you do so, to be seen, you're going to have to pay for ads. So what I'm currently teaching you is how to use a personal profile and be able to do this. And so this is going to be a big shift of our thinking. There's a lot of times there's 2 types of people that get into business. There's one person, the biz opportunity seeker, and then we have the entrepreneurs. Those are 2 different mindsets that we possibly have. So biz opportunity seeker, this person possibly has no strategy. They're just seeking quick fixes. They're looking for anyone who possibly has the answer. They want results. They're fearful to spend any type of money. They're trying everything, business after business. This is possibly a person who tries one network marketing company and then tries another network marketing company. And they're like, oh my gosh, like, why can't I see the results? And a lot of times it's just because they don't have the right mindset. They just need to stay out with what they're currently doing and work on their mindset. It doesn't matter what business they get into because they don't understand, having the correct mindset that is needed to be an actual entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur, when it comes to the mindset, this person has a strategic and detailed plan. They're willing to implement their plan. They're providing answers. They have a long-term vision. They're focused. They're not afraid to invest in themselves. They're working on their business instead of in their business. And a great book that I do recommend, if you haven't checked it out, is E-Myth. It just kind of changes your mindset of working on your business or inside of your business. So if you want to learn more about E-Myth, it's a great book, which you should do. And so they're staying focused. They're not going to let anyone take them away from the direction that they're heading. So this is a true entrepreneur. They're focused on what they're focused on, and they're not going to let anyone implement or change their direction. And so a lot of times, we get into business and we have this biz opportunity seeker, and we don't understand why we're struggling when it has everything to do with our mindset. So now there's 2 choices. You could keep chasing the money and have no idea what is it they're doing, not building a strategy, or you can actually truly learn how to build a real online business and change your mindset. And so my focus is to just build a true online business that works without me. I put that information out there once and it's there. So do so, you must have a long-term vision. Building a business online isn't going to happen overnight. And we have to understand that it's not something that's just going to be like, yay, the information's there. I'm successful. No, we actually have to work on ourselves, and we actually have to be consistent for us to actually work. So a lot of times, big mistake that marketers or, people are focused on is making sales. And yes, we need to be focused on making sales, but at the end of the day, like, it's really important that we're focused on the long term, not just making sales. Not just, I've heard the saying before, we're picking up pennies and stepping over dollars. So it's truly important that you're thinking more of the long-term vision of where you're headed. So step number one, when it comes to actually building a business through attraction marketing and actually attracting customers, step number one is to be focused on branding yourself. And a lot of times we possibly work for companies such as, network marketing, or we're real estate agents, or we're building a brick and mortar business. At the end of the day, especially if you're in network marketing, if you're in real estate, like, it's super important that we're actually building our brand of, a lot of times these bigger network marketing companies or these real estate companies, they've already built a brand. A lot of times people possibly know of companies like Amway, Mary Kay, but people don't know who you are. So for this reason, it's super important that you are focused on building your brand. And the truth is, if someone's going to join your team, if you're in network marketing, if you're in Mary Kay, if you're in Amway, if you're in Herbalife, people join people, not companies. So if you understand that, that's why it's super important that we're actually focused on building a brand, because people aren't going to join you because you are part of Amway. The reason why people are going to join you is because you are you. So it's super important that you understand that. And so we must be focused on building ourselves, as the leader. And if we can do so, people are just going to follow. The only thing that's unique is that you is you. So it's not our products, it's not our services, it's not what we offer. The only true way to become recession proof is to be focused on branding you. So possibly branding your company. People may have heard of your company. Sometimes, these, of course, let's say network marketing companies. A lot of times people possibly have had bad experiences with these companies. They could see the reviews online, they could decide, oh, I know someone else, and they can go with business to do, with someone else. So it's super important that you understand that. For that reason, it's super important that we're branding ourselves and we're not mentioning the company we're with. So step number two is define your audience. Before we grow any type of business, you must have an idea of what is it who you want to market to. Who is the audience you're going to impact? Who are you going to serve? These are questions you have to know, because how am I supposed to put any type of information out there if I don't know who I'm talking to? So the second step is to define your audience. We have to have an idea, who is it that we're serving? Step number three is to understand your audience challenges. So once you actually know your audience, you actually must take time to do research, brainstorm some of these ideas, write down their biggest challenges, their problems, their pains, dreams, desires, and questions that they possibly have. And a lot of times, the audience that's going to follow you are people like you. So for this reason, you honestly possibly already know the challenges that your audience is having because you were there in the past. So step number 4 is to create content that addresses your audience's challenges. So you can create content that can be a solution to your audience's problems, do videos, Facebook posts, blogs, and more. And a lot of times you can find content that you could possibly create through Pinterest. You could use, and I'll actually just show you guys a way that you guys can do this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. And that way you guys can see, let me move this. And you guys can see what you guys can do to find content, if it's going to work. Here. Okay, so something that you guys could possibly do to actually kind of, decide what content you're going to do. Let's say you guys are in makeup. I am not in makeup. But if I was in makeup, I just, type in makeup, and it's going to show me all different types of things that I could possibly do content about. And that could possibly address people's problems that they could possibly be having. And of course, you don't want to steal somebody's like true idea, but you can get ideas from people. That's not a problem, and make it your own. So you don't want to like just like take this and like post it, but you want to actually like build up upon it. So this is something that you guys could possibly do. And you just kind of have to figure out what problems are people having around makeup, and then create content around makeup. Is something that you guys could possibly do that could help you build your business. So that's, just pretty much looking up Pinterest and seeing what problems are people having with makeup, and then creating content that addresses that challenge. So now that you're creating content that can be a solution to your audience problems. And so you can do this, as I showed you with Pinterest. You can kind of look up ways. You can use Google. I've used Answer the Public. I just type in makeup, and it types in all these different questions that people are having. I'll show you that as well, since we're already here. And so let's go ahead and share my screen again. And so what we're going to do is go to Answer the Public. And Answer the Public. And another thing that you could do, this is going to find me questions around makeup. And so now, once that loads, it's going to share with you all these questions. It has 80 questions that I could do content around. Content around which makeup is tested on animals, which makeup brands are cruelty free, what makeup is the best. So these are different content questions that you could possibly do, and these are actual questions that people are looking at. So it's super important. And so I'm gonna go ahead and stop my screen sharing. So the next one I wanted to go over with you guys is step number 5 is to build relationships with your audience. This is super important. And the only way that you're truly going to build a business online is through relationships. So people do business. We've all heard this before. People do business with people they like and trust. So you want to treat your prospects like humans, because they are humans. They are, people have feelings, and they want to feel like you care. So because of this, it's like super important that you're following up with people, you're actually building relationships with people, you're continuing to serve your audience daily, super important. And a lot of times, possibly when we get into companies like network marketing, we've never been in sales, and we start treating our friends and family like numbers. So this is a huge mistake that people make, and it's a huge thing that we all have to focus on. Is treating people like people and making sure that they feel loved and actually building a true relationship with them. So step number 6 is to engage with your audience. So with this, you're going to uncover their pain. You're going to be able to provide painkillers. You are going to, communicate with your audience. The best way to actually uncover each individual's prospect's pain is to actually connect with them, see what's going on with them, having conversations with them, finding their problems, and find a solution. So because of this, you're actually going to connect with your audience, and you're going to build a bigger relationship. So step number 7 is to sell to your audience. You're going to embrace multiple income streams. The big net marketers out there have many different affiliates they can provide to their audience. And if you only have one income stream, it's going to be really, truly hard to create financial freedom online. And as I said, all the top income earners embrace multiple income streams to serve their audience. Honestly, though, I do think it's super important that you do start. You're fine. That you start off with one at first. Focus on that one income stream, and then as you build that business, you can focus on the next. So I do think that's super important to start off with one. But all these different type of people who became successful, most people have more than one income stream, which I think is super important. You guys have an amazing day. I will talk to you later.